Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tyrannical House of Comedy. My name is Tyrant. I am not feeling it today. Happy New Year. New Year, new me. New Year, new America. Now, instead of having foreign terrorists blow stuff up and kill people in our country, we have homegrown, natural born American citizens that have finally done their patriotic duty and raised up their flag for ISIS and mowed down a whole slew of people, no pun intended, run down a whole slew of people on New Year's Eve in New Orleans. And he was a Texas born American man. Don't get me wrong, his name was Al Jabbar Al Jazeera or something like that. And he had an ISIS flag hanging from his car when he ran down 30 people, pulled out his gun and started shooting. No, but yeah, so that happened on New Year's Eve. I'm sure you all know, or New Year's Day. Not sure what time it happened. I just know it happened around then. And then we had another veteran who also was at Fort Bragg, which the fucking Ahmed Jazabar Jadahala, fucking whatever his name was. Who I've seen videos of this guy. He looks like if you just saw him, you just think, oh look, it's a black guy, and you hear him, he's like, oh, it's a black redneck from Texas. That's beautiful. And then you hear what he did, and you're like, oh, okay, he was a radical Islamist who happened to be a native of Texas. I guess maybe some Americans are a little more American than other Americans. CC Elon Musk. I'm just saying that that man was born in America, in Texas, which everyone is like, oh, Texas, that's American as apple pie. Like, it's Texas. This is fucking like everyone's like, oh, it's the epitome of America. It's not. It's full of Mexicans. Like, let's be fucking honest here. Like, it's not the epitome of America. The epitome of America is like fucking New Hampshire or something. I think they're like 96% white. Not that you have to be white to be American, but you certainly, I mean, I would say a bare minimum would be like you can be black, but bare minimum you have to not have a jihad against America and run down your fellow American citizens with a Ford F-150. I don't know if that was the truth, but let's just say it was a Ford F-150 for the sake of argument here, okay? That's American. That's Texas, right? Ford's made in Detroit. Not anymore, but they used to be. That's American. It's an electric car. That's also American. It's it's as American as a multi-level marketing scheme. Like it's something you could only do in America. An electric car. And you're like, I'm saving the environment because I have an electric car, even though it's charged on a coal-fired power grid. Like my power grid is 86% coal, but hey, I got an electric car, so I can fucking suck Elon's dick. But yeah, so he was definitely an American. He was definitely an American. He was born in America, in Texas. He had a Ford F-150, an American-ass truck, and he ran over 30 people and then started shooting at the rest with his gun. American as fuck. With an ISIS flag. Okay. Okay, sure. Sure. I mean, I don't even believe he was the guy. I don't understand it. Like, because you have him, and then you have this white guy who he supposedly he had some email manifesto bullshit that said like this isn't a terrorist attack, this is a wake up call, and was saying something about anti-gravity propulsion systems. And then this guy who's special forces for 17 years who had the capability to make a bomb that could level Trump Tower in Las Vegas. Instead, he rented a Cybertruck, which is basically a tank, um, made a really shitty IED that like I could have made when I was 13 years old with the help of my buddy Andy the terrorist. Rest in peace, or CIA, or whatever you're doing nowadays. Because he's either dead or in the CIA at this point, or FBI or whatever. Just helping fucking the New Orleans, the Boston Bombers build their fucking bombs and shit. I don't know. But the point is the guy like had the capability and the knowledge to make a really nice bomb, and if you would have put it inside of like a Honda Civic instead, you could have fucking blown out the whole lobby of the Trump Tower. But instead, it was gasoline, propane tanks, and fireworks underneath a Cybertruck, which you know is bulletproof, so you know it's not going to cause collateral damage. And then the guy apparently shot himself in the face with a 50 caliber handgun. Um, which okay, sure, you rigged the explosives to go off, and then you shot yourself, and then they went off. You're in a Cybertruck, so it could have drove you there, and that's why we didn't see the muzzle flash, or I don't know, like a dent on the top of the fucking thing before it blew up when you shot a 50 caliber through your mouth and fucking blew out the back. It would it's not gonna go through it because it just went through your fucking skull, and it's a bulletproof truck, but at the very least it would put some kind of dent in it. You know, like I don't know, because then I also found his body was burnt beyond recognition. The Desert Eagle made it so they couldn't identify his dental records, which is weird to close your mouth and fire. That's a little weird because if you put it in your mouth like you were trying to commit suicide, sorry, suicide. This ain't going anywhere on YouTube. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But the reason why you put it in your mouth is because then you hit like the apple, like the core, like that's literally the core. Like if you fire a gun through your mouth, through the back of your head, it's gonna separate your brain from your spinal column, and you are going to die instantly. Like everything, you just go loose, dead. Okay. So he closed his mouth first and shot because they said like I don't know, maybe a 50 caliber would, if you did that it would blow all your teeth out, but wouldn't you then be able to pick up the teeth and use those for the dental record, considering any dentist worth their salt could, I mean, a dental hygienist could be like, well, that's an incisor, that's a canine, those are molars. This molar's obviously bigger than this one, so this is a front molar, this is a back. Like, I could probably figure out how the teeth are lined up, you know what I mean? And then we could get a print. So he would have to have shot himself in the teeth. I don't know. I think it's bullshit. I think it's all of it is a CIA psyop. Like, because the one dude, he's got a terrorist name. Don't get me wrong. I don't even remember what it is. I can't pronounce it. I don't give a shit to. Okay. Could he have been MK Ultra? Maybe. Maybe it's some brainwashing program, and that's why he did it. And he used to be a veteran and a fucking American, and just like a real man, like a real American man. And he got MK Ultra, whatever. He was in the military. He dealt with all types of but I watched videos of the guy. He seemed like a normal guy. But hey, who knows? Who knows? He could have been a real terrorist. But he was also on the FBI's radar. He wasn't a Fed, but he was on their radar. It was just the same as the Boston bombers, because if you know anything about the Boston bombing, what happened with those kids is they were radicalized by the FBI, and the FBI was going step by step, and then eventually these kids are like, you know what? I don't trust these people. Let's do it on our own. And they made their own bomb. And so then the FBI lost track of them. And then boom, 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 people died. See, that's the thing. The FBI did the whole kidnapping bullshit with Gretchen Whitmer, and they got two people with 14 informants or some shit like that. One got found not guilty. One got found guilty after a fucking mistrial. I mean, if they were actually radical, like the ones that you tried to radicalize or you did radicalize, and then they went and did it on their own and started ignoring you. See, that's how I know that the FBI guys weren't real terrorists. Like the guys that you radicalized might have never been terrorists. The Boston bombers might have never done anything horrible or radical. They might have somehow ended up MAGA people for all we know. You know what I mean? But we don't know because the FBI pretended like they were radical Islamic terrorists and trying to have these guys join their caliphate, and then they radicalized them, and then they were so radical they were like, no, you know what, fuck these guys, and went and did it on their own. And That's the only and that's the thing. The only people they can catch are the dumb ones who would never do it on their own because they do this and there's just guys just going along with it because they don't have friends. They don't really have anyone to talk to. They're just happy to be included. That's how all of this shit happens. But these guys, it doesn't make sense because the one guy's a 17-year veteran. He was special forces. Like I'm pretty sure he was still either an active military member or just left the military. The dude had a newborn child at home. He was an espoused MAGA person. He was pro Elon. There is no reason he would have done what he did in the way that he did. Like it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. Uh, uh, maybe Maybe, but it seems like the second guy, the white guy who supposedly shot himself in the head with a fucking 50 caliber Desert Eagle and then blew himself up immediately afterward in a Cybertruck that did no damage to anyone anywhere. There was literally a guy standing fucking 10 feet from the damn thing when the explosion went off and he ran and got out of the way. He might have got a couple burns, but he was mostly uninjured. There's no critical condition. Like it did seem like a message. It seemed like a message from the feds, from maybe Israel, from someone saying, hey, Trump, Elon, you guys are on notice. You're going to do what we say. That's what it seems like because it is a Tesla Cybertruck, Elon's company, outside of Trump Tower. Like, it's got to be a message. It's a message from someone, and it feels like it's a message from the feds to me. That's what it feels like. We could do so much more, and then we could blame it on your son. That's the thing. That's the thing. Like, we don't know that that guy actually did it. Like, oh yeah, there's these emails, supposedly, these supposed emails, which don't make sense. They don't like it doesn't like at all. If you look at, I don't have all the references up. I'm not gonna. I'm not. This isn't a. We don't make money here. I do this for fun. I have some videos of some stuff, but for the most part, I scanned some stuff. I didn't bookmark it, and then I listened to a lot of podcasts about people that are much smarter than me, arguing one way or the other with this stuff. And I did the same with the H-1B, and I still think the H-1B people are retarded. And if the New Orleans F-150 guy, if he truly did it, that proves that Elon is wrong on the H-1B issue and legal immigration because it turns out you have to want to come to America for more than just financial gain. You have to come for the values. You have to come for the want to be an American, not just, well, America's the richest country in the world, so I need to get there because if I start the most minor of businesses, I will be. If I get a job at McDonald's, I will be fucking richer than most people in my country. Like if you're coming from fucking Guatemala, a job at McDonald's pays more yearly than probably most of the high-paying jobs there, high paying, quote unquote. I mean, because if you make more than like $36,000 a year, that was the old statistic. It's probably changed now. But if you make more than $36,000 a year, you're in the top 1% of the world as far as wages go. It's not to say that like, I mean, don't get me wrong, Europeans are still a lot poorer than Americans, and they still want to come. That's why they want to come here. Some of them don't, because we're scared. There's so many guns there. We'd rather get stabbed by Muslim terrorists than shot by a Negro at the mall. Well, you could also get shot by a brainwashed fucking white youth who thinks she's a man. Like that's also a possibility. Yeah. Or you could just keep living in your fucking squalor with 7 other families with kids, and then on your way to fucking Paddington Station, you get fucking stabbed by a Muslim migrant, and you're like, oh my God, help, we need to deport these, and your wife's like, stop being racist, stop being racist. I'm getting way off track here. Um, as I said, I'm just not feeling this podcast, but I had to talk about it because it doesn't, like, it's bullshit. So this Muslim cunt, okay, New York Post apparently somehow got permission to take a look inside New Orleans terrorist Shamshad Din Jabbar. Jabbar. Whatever. Ahmed al fucking Jazeera. So, which this, by the way, this makes so much sense if you really think about it. If you really think about it, it makes so much sense. There was a trans person who shot up a school and had a manifesto, and they never released it. It got leaked by people like after like a year and a half, so it never got officially released. Um, there's there the Kennedy assassination files still haven't been released. Okay, but within less than 24 hours, they allowed the New York Post to go into this home that just got raided by the feds. They just, not me, because I'm not a Fed, as you see by my shirt, but they just got raided by the feds. This is the house of the guy who jacked the F-150, ran down a bunch of people, pulled out a rocket launcher, and started capping cops, and then got murdered. I know I'm embellishing. That's the point. That's the joke. Anyway, but so yeah. let's here, just you'll see why I'm laughing. Okay.
We are here inside the New Orleans terrorist home. You can see that it's been clearly destroyed, the door at least, from the FBI raid yesterday. But if we walk through the home, we see some signs of what he was up to. He had this work area here.
Seemed to be a very clean guy.
Lots of different chemicals splayed.
Ah, yes. If anything I know about the FBI, after they are done conducting their search warrant and raid on a home of a known terrorist that they killed, they leave the explosive material and the computer and everything on the table. No, that's not what they literally. Okay. I've never personally had my house raided, but I've been in houses when they've been raided. Okay? And one of the houses, I had my own computer there. And I specifically said, that's my computer, though. It's not theirs. And they said, we don't give a shit. It's on the property. We're taking it. And they gave me a receipt for it and a copy of the warrant after they gave the homeowner a copy of the warrant. Like, that is the thing that. And it took me fucking 4 years to get my goddamn computer back, okay? By the way. And then they finally gave it back, and they had evidence stickers all over it, and I couldn't use the CD drive anymore. It's unfortunate. I mean, this was years ago, but my point is this is bullshit. This is a playhouse. This is a CIA psyop, 100%. It doesn't make any sense. First of all, that they would let anyone from the media go through the house with a fucking camera crew immediately after the shooting and then the raid on their house. Like, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And even if they did, I'm sorry, there wouldn't be a laptop there. There wouldn't be chemicals used in explosive. They would have fucking taken the pictures and taken the evidence already. It doesn't make sense. You guys are lying sacks of shit. And also, that's not how the house looks after it's raided. They empty every drawer would be fucking open, dumped. They would literally pull out the drawers and dump shit out and go through everything. Have you never had your house? I was a teenager. I had a house. We had cops come and bust up parties, and they went through everything like the faggots that they are. So, actually, yes, I lied earlier. I have had my house raided, but it was for a party, not for
around
other stuff.
And different electronics. This is, again, a work setup. Left receipt.
Again, the cops, like she's saying, they left receipts. You would leave receipts for what you took, but you wouldn't leave receipts saying you're going to take it, especially when the owner of the home was shot dead on Bourbon Street fucking 14 hours ago. You know what I mean? You wouldn't. This is how dumb they think we are. And the worst part is there's people that watch this and they're like, "Oh my god, I can't believe this. Oh my god, where's the?" And she's wearing yoga pants and doesn't even have a nice ass. That's honestly the most offensive part. Not the fact that they're psyoping us, not the fact that they're obviously lying to us, but the fact that they put a woman in yoga pants with kind of nice legs. I'm a leg guy, but most people aren't. Most people are ass guys. Okay? If you wanted people to really fall for this, you would have put a girl who she goes to the gym 7 days a week and does nothing but leg workouts and has an ass that does not quit. You know what I mean? But this, her ass gave up years ago. Her ass gave up before it was even formed, for fuck's sake. Why is this our psyop in chief? Why? Because she's not hot, so she's driven. And because she's driven, she made it high up in the ranks of journalism CIA. And so they're like, yeah, we'll throw some yoga pants on you. And they tell her she's hot because, whatever, women need that for their self-esteem. But she's not. I mean, she's mid. Which, don't get me wrong, we need our mid queens. I love a mid queen. The problem is we've had like Disney and the Hollywood just in general, like hyping up all these mid bitches to think they're hot when they're not. They're not. They're not at all. And because of that, this is what we have psyoping us. It's not even a hot blonde with a giant ass who squats 7 days a week. It is a probably Jewish, flat-assed, nice-legged woman wearing a hat.
See, it's just very unkempt in here. If we go over here, actually,
Just no ass at all. Just no. I know we're supposed to be talking about the terrorists, but the real terrorism is the fact that the New York Post forced us to stare at this flat ass on a woman for minutes. For a minute and 20 seconds. That's bullshit.
you can see the Department of Justice.
So basically what happened is they contacted the DOJ and said, hey, you think we could see the home? And they said, no, but we'll give you photocopies of the warrant and the receipts, and then you can rent a Verbo home. It's just, this is basically just an ad for Verbo. Like, oh, it's a Verbo home. Like, fuck Airbnb. Get a Verbo home. We allow the media to pretend like a terrorist lived here. And so then the New York Post rented a Verbo home, got fucking written permission from the CIA and the FBI and the DOJ to do this, and then they got their copies of everything and laid it all around and pretended like they went and rented a laptop from fucking Rent-A-Center. I don't even know if I don't think Rent-A-Center still exists. They can't. So many black people just getting fake IDs and just and renting TV. Here's my $50 down. Peace, nigga. Nothing wrong with that. That's your fault for coming up with that business model in the inner city. You know what I mean? Anyway, this is bullshit.
Documents here, the search warrant, and the property that they recorded here, which seems to be a lot of chemicals. Again, just left in disarray.
Yes, because that's what the cops do. They say, oh, look at all these bomb-making materials. Let's write them down and leave them in the house. And then also, we will leave the house and let the New York Post go through it. Even though normally, with a terrorist home that we just raided, we would put all types of keep-out signs. We would have an officer posted at both doors of the motherfucking place.
There's a bedroom back here, and
These people, they think you're stupid. They think you're stupid. But they don't know you're actually retarded. Which makes you see things like me. I'm retarded. They think I'm stupid, but I'm retarded. So I can see it. My 86 IQ sees right through your fucking little fucking mid-wit smokescreen. Anyway.
What appears to be his collection of religious materials, his Qurans, an open Quran with a passage.
Oh shit!
There,
hang on. Okay.
well
My bad. I forgot to put it back. No, this is. Sorry, you guys got the sound and not the visual there for you guys watching.
Appears to be his collection of religious materials, his Qurans.
Look at that.
Open.
Yeah, as you can see, it's his religious materials. He has 17 Qurans all lined up next to each other, and an open Quran that happens to be open to a page about like infidels or something. Like, yeah, you know how like there's just like, oh, it's what am I trying to think of? Like where there's so much evidence, it's like the like they try and say it's a like an open and shut case, but there's just too much. It's like, come on now, really? Really? Like Luigi Mangione, for example, who just happened to 8 days after the assassination still be carrying the gun, the silencer around with him. Oh, and he typed up a manifesto just in case he got caught. And he went to McDonald's for the first time in his whole fucking life, judging by his abs and shoulders. Shut the fuck up with this shit. I don't understand. Why? Why? Why do they do this to us? Why do they fucking hate us so much? We're American. Like, what? Like, that's the one. I see that they're trying to do something. They're trying to make horrible things happen. They're trying to make a collapse of the Western Empire. But I don't know why or what their plan. Like, what comes next for you guys? Like, you want this whole system to fall apart? Like, I get it. It sucks. Like, I can't stand that there's some fucking new celebrity every goddamn week, some new YouTuber. Like, even though I can't wait till, like, I'm the one. Like, oh, this YouTuber said nigger, well, on CNN's Anderson Cooper. Like, yeah, I would love that for it to happen to me. And that's a good society to have. Because we still have people who want to fucking work hard, who want to get into the trades. I'm sorry. There is people who are literal HVAC influencers. They do HVAC. They're anonymous. They're completely anonymous. And they just take pictures of shit that's going on and they just happen to be monetized from it. That's fucking great. That's amazing. That's all. Why would you want to fucking shut that down? There's dudes who want to show that they work 80 hours a week on social media. Fucking beautiful. Fucking beautiful. Please brag, King. Brag, put it out there. Start your own plumbing company and fucking take videos and fucking pictures and fucking get that shit every hour. A new fucking thing on Instagram, a new thing on Twitter. You do that. And not only are you building your following and eventually you can get monetized, but you're also inspiring kids to do something other than just comment on videos like my fucking dumb millennial ass. Like, I'm retarded. You don't want to be like me. I'm fucking stupid as shit. I wasted my life. I was addicted to crack and heroin for like fucking 10 years. And then I came out of that stupor and was like, I want to be a comedian. No, fuck that. Well, to be fair though, I did try, like, I tried to become an apprentice electrician and an apprentice plumber. But I got told I'm too old. Turns out they don't want a 30-year-old apprentice plumber. They like them young. So my point is with that shit is if you have these guys that are like plumbing influencers and some fucking dumb 16-year-old kid who's obsessed with Fortnite runs across it and finds this guy funny or entertaining, hey, he's going to see it as something he wants to aspire to. You might turn this 16-year-old kid into a fucking 30-year-old dude running a fucking successful plumbing company that like has a great social media page and runs all these videos that people laugh about. You know what I mean? Like, it's not bad. It's not a bad thing. So I don't understand why these people are trying to destroy the Western world. Why they want to run all these psyops on us and fucking have all these either fake or preventable terrorist attacks happening. Why they want to destroy the veteran community. Like, this guy knew Tim Kennedy. Not this guy. The white guy knew Tim Kennedy, who blew up the Cybertruck outside Trump Tower. Like, they were on a reality TV show on the History Channel about something or another. Like, it's and he, like, Tim Kennedy posted on Twitter, like, does anyone know this guy? And someone was like, you do, son of a bitch, and posted the video. And he's like, oh shit, I didn't even remember that. And like, now he's coming under attack, even though he's like, I don't know what's going on. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Like, yeah, I was on the show with the guy. I didn't recognize him when it happened, but like, this is fucking nuts. I don't understand what's going on. And they're trying to stop the cohesion that we have. And we have to remember the tech bros are not on our side. They're trying to push this bullshit. They're trying to push all the fucking crap to make us turn against each other and support what they want. The only reason the tech bros are suddenly right wing after being left wing for fucking 8 years is because they see it as it's the same with when podcasters do the bullshit grift where they're just going with what's popular. It's the Timcasts of the world fucking being pro-Israel because he knows he's not going to get more followers, but he is going to get more cash money, young money, nigga. No. Don't fall for these people. The Patrick McDavids, the Tim Pools, they're con artists. We have Pied Pipers and con artists. That is the extent of our podcast hosts. Pied Pipers and con artists. Because we are PSYOP to death. It's PSYOP after PSYOP after PSYOP. And there'll be a PSYOP fucking that will say that this video that we just watched is a PSYOP, but their PSYOP is also a PSYOP to make you not believe that that was a PSYOP. Like, it's all confusion and bullshit, and they just want us divided and doing stuff like this so that way they can just keep taking more, and people will continue to say politics are gay, and they depend on that. They depend on you thinking politics are gay, retarded, and you shouldn't pay attention to them because it doesn't make any sense. Everyone's gonna fuck you over anyway. Yes, they are, but we could make them fuck us over just a little less if we all paid attention. Because then the normal people would see, the retards and the geniuses would see, not just the midwits who think they know what they're talking about, like me.
Quran with a passage there, as well as even the Bible here, but
As well as
mostly
the Bible.
books on Islam, and his prayer rug just to the left of me here.
Okay, bullshit.
You're
No, no, no,
good.
no, 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 bullshit. That is the most bullshit part right there. So at the end, they show, a prayer rug just over here. Hey, a prayer rug is very sacred to Muslim people. I know this because I served 5 years in prison, almost 6. I have had a lot of Muslim friends. I've had friends with Muslim roommates. They roll it up every time they're done, but they're not going to put it in a hamper sideways like that. They're not just going to lay it down like that. That is a load of shit. Like, that is not where your prayer rug goes. It doesn't go in a hamper next to a bench, rolled up, leaned on the wall. It was obviously placed there. This is such fucking bullshit. They think we are retarded. That is. I don't know. I just don't know how else to.
Here.
New York Post. Fuck you. I Yeah, never believe any of that shit. Never believe any of these propaganda pieces. You think, oh, well, they were pro-Trump, so we can believe. That's the other thing that's pissing me off, is all these fucking people who are like, well, Trump said he's pro H-1B visa, so we should definitely just support it. And Trump said this, so we got to support. No, Trump spoke on this. Shut the fuck up, you cultist bitch. You're being a cultist just like these people who called the left a cult for the longest for supporting Joe Biden when he was obviously senile are supporting Trump with stuff that's obvious bullshit and bad for America. And they're supporting him because he said this is a good thing. Trump said good things, so it's good thing. We gotta say good thing because Trump said good thing. No, it's not a good thing. It's you. Guess what? Trump's not a god. Trump's not your savior. Trump is a man who loves power and attention. He is where he is because of that. He's going to go with most of the stuff that you want because he wants more popularity and more power. And he's a politician now. That's what they do. But that doesn't mean he's right about everything. And I don't understand this fucking retardation that has come over the people who think that Trump is the next great white hope. And then they sit there and compare him to Ronald Reagan, which, don't get me wrong, like, I don't think Trump is the greatest president to ever exist, but to compare him to Ronald Reagan, who was one of the worst presidents to ever serve, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but that is retarded and gross and disgusting, and it doesn't make any sense to me to be, well, Trump's like this guy who also sucked, who sucked a lot worse than him. Like, I think Trump is a good president. I think he's probably the best president of my lifetime, maybe Bill Clinton if you exclude the rape. Um, but I don't like the blind loyalty. The like you have to have an opinion on a thing. And for the most, I mean, when Bernie Sanders is agreeing with the supposed far right and woke right that we shouldn't be importing H-1B labor because it's basically slave labor. Like, I don't remember what show did it, but they did a joke about, like, no, it's not outsourcing, it's insourcing. We basically make this territory China and import a bunch of Chinese workers, and we pay them 10 cents on the dollar. It's insourcing. And I feel like that's literally what they're doing right now. Like, they called it. They whatever show that was called it. They're insourcing Indians. That's what they're doing. Oh, well, we could hire a white guy for $120,000 a year, and he'll work 60 hours a week, and he'll do well. But we'll ask him to work 80. He'll say no, and then if we threaten to fire him, he'll say whatever. I can find another job. Or we can hire an Indian man. We can pay him $80,000 a year. Force him to work 80 hours a week, and if he says no, we'll fire him, and then he'll get deported. So he's not going to say no. Oh, like just how we exported all our jobs to China, and then they make our iPhones, and they have to put nets outside the windows of the Foxconn building so that people making the iPhones, when they are like, fuck this, I'm done, and jump out to try and kill themselves, the net catches them so they can get brought back in and work more. But that's not slavery because they're getting paid, right? Right? Right. Right. When you know there's no escape plan, that's slavery. I'm sorry, that's slavery. When your escape plan is saying no and getting deported back to your shithole country, that's slavery. When your refusal is you having to jump out a window to try and kill yourself and you can't even do that, that's fucking slavery. Okay? I wonder what happens to those people. Like, you're like, fuck this, I can't do it anymore. You run, you jump out the window, and you just land on a net. Like, do they immediately just wrangle you up, or you got to be out there until 8 people are on the net, and they wait till it builds up? Like, hey, all right, there's someone down in the control center who's like, all right, we got 2 more people before the net is full. Please start prepping. Please start prepping with the next 2 hours. We will have 2 more, and then they just. All right, send the man up or drop. Honestly, China's so technologically advanced, they probably just, after it's 8 people, the net just folds up and just lowers to the ground. And they just get surrounded by fucking secret police who just stab them slightly with bayonets to get them back in the building. Get back in there. Get back in there, you son of a bitch. I don't know. Anyway, let's go to the next one. Oh, so Soundgarden has a new singer, and everyone loves Soundgarden if you grew up in the 90s. 80s or not. Well, if you were born in the 80s and grew up in the 90s, or you were born in the 90s and you just had parents who listened to them, and so it kind of got stuck in your head. Whatever. We all love Soundgarden. Soundgarden was great. Well, imagine you're a member of Soundgarden, and your singer dies. So you're like, well, shit, we need to find a new singer. What should we do? And one person says, well, we should find someone who's just like our previous singer. And another guy says, well, like, we got to make sure that his vocals sound just like our last singer. He doesn't got to look like him. And then you have the third person who says, fuck that. We got to do diversity, equity, inclusion. I want a fat black nigger just hogging up the stage, even though everyone else is racist. Anyway, we have Soundgarden. Let's see what they got for us. Oh shit! Oh god! Uh-oh! Hang on. All right, for you guys listening, I'm gonna describe this to you. The guitarist is a not small white man with a large white beard. He is at least 4 inches shorter than the new singer of Soundgarden, who is a black, sassy woman who looks like Lizzo. Like she's as fat as Lizzo and taller. She's taller than everyone else on stage. And as she's walking up, she's like, "Come on, I'm going to stage dive." And everyone in the audience is a bunch of fat nerd or skinny nerds. And she turns around to go for the stage dive. There's one guy trying to catch. Oh, and she goes down complete. Oh, the nerds could not catch her. The nerds could not catch her. Oh, they tried. It's funny. Some of the comments were like, "Oh yeah, no one wanted to catch that bitch." No, they tried. They tried desperately, but unfortunately, 6 skinny dudes who have never been to the gym can't catch a 350-pound black woman. It's tough. I get it. I mean, if you dropped a 350-pound weight on me, I'm moving the fuck out of the way, especially if it's black. The colored ones look like they're as heavy as the black ones, but man, no, I was making a reference to. Never mind. Whatever. If you go to the gym, you understand. There's colored weights that are the same color, or the different. They're like red, but they're like 10 pounds, and they're the same size as the 45-pound ones, which are the commonly black, unless you're doing CrossFit or I don't know. Anyway, what am I doing? Lizzo's down. Lizzo, and then this guy is like congratulating a white woman on not dying. Oh my god, you didn't get crushed by her. I'm so glad you're alive, wife.
I knew I was too heavy for you, motherfucker.
I'm sorry, this is the first time I only saw the drop to the ground. I haven't gotten past that. So the fact that she said, "I knew I was too heavy for you," I actually kind of respect her. I actually kind of respect the new lead singer of Soundgarden. I don't think she's singing any of the songs as well as the old singer. Who, don't get me wrong, he's dead. Probably. I didn't do any research into this. I couldn't name a Soundgarden song right now. If you played a song by Soundgarden, I'd go, "Oh yeah, I know this song." Unless it was sung by her, because it would be like, "Yo, nigga, and I feel." Oh no, I'm because it was gonna be like, "And I feel nice gonna change," but that's like the Stone Temple Pilots. "Yo, nigga, I feel like life's gonna change."
I knew I was too heavy for you, motherfuckers.
I knew I was too heavy for you, motherfuckers.
That was kind of crazy.
Hey, everybody okay?
Yeah, I think so.
Everybody okay? Yeah, that's their main concern. I was like, we're not concerned about that fat black bitch. We're making sure she didn't crush anyone. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Was everyone okay? Did King Kong just fuck on me? Does King Kong have shit on me?
So,
Crazy.
Alright, start the song. I'm sorry. If you guys are just listening to this, just listening to this. I don't know why you are, because I upload the video to Spotify. But change it to the video and watch this fat bitch. Oh, look, she looks like she's like, I'm a boss. I do what I want. I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna jump on these fucking white boys. Oh, oh my God. Oh, God is real. And he has a sense of humor. It's beautiful. Anyway, everyone's saying alcohol is bad for you, which it is. It probably is. Cigarettes, bad for you, cause cancer. Yeah, probably. And we put warning labels on all of them, right? Well, let's listen to this fucker. Let's listen to this Italian nigger.
Hey, a lot of big news. Go to the Cartoon News Network. Go to all the media. Big breaking news. Our U.S. Surgeon General. You take a look at this guy, Surgeon General. Somebody got to do surgery on this guy. Sounds alarm about link between alcohol and cancer. Could you believe this shit? A clown-looking jerk warns Americans that alcohol consumption can increase their cancer risk. Then, on the Cartoon News Network, they say keep reading with a CNN subscription. Pay to read more of this shit, in other words. So I look up, you Google up, highest risk of causing cancer, smoking.
This guy's gonna be my new podcast host. I just need to find him. We're gonna start recording a podcast from his restaurant. I don't think that's a restaurant, actually. I think that's his house.
Diet. Unhealthy diets, such as those high in red and processed meats, UV radiation, obesity. Hey, fuckface. How about putting a warning on all that ultra-processed food? How about stamping a fucking warning sign on McDonald's? Hey, no, Burger King too. Air pollution.
Church.
Air pollution. Hey, how about all the fucking microplastics being shoved down our throat? How about all the fucking shit in the Hudson River over there, brought to you by General Electric? They're fucking poisoning us 1,000 different ways, and this shithead, we gotta put a warning sign on the can of beer.
See, this is the guy people should be praising like they praise Elon. The fact that there's people sucking Elon's nuts, they're sucking on his left testicle like it's a fucking desert oasis. They should be doing that to this guy, because this guy is the truth. It's like RFK. Like, RFK, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't trust him. I said this before. I don't trust him. I'm glad he's HHS secretary. I trust him with food and vaccines and medicine and stuff. But he's talking about taking guns. He's got a fucking part of his brain missing from a brain worm. He runs over bears and eats them. He decapitated a whale. There's a lot of shit about him I don't fucking trust. But, like, this guy, I wouldn't fucking trust him to tell me where to invest, but I definitely fucking trust him to be like, hey, don't eat that whatever. I don't know. I have to pee. Whatever. I'll just pause it. We'll see if we can keep going. All right, well, I peed. Now I forgot what I was saying. I don't have much else to say. I will say this, though. Hillary Clinton, George Soros, and Denzel Washington all received the Presidential Medal of Freedom today from none other than Joseph R. Biden. Pedophile, con artist, senator, puppet president, I don't know. But I just wanted to say I'm very glad that Hillary Clinton got the Presidential Medal of Freedom, because she definitely freed Benghazi. And by freed, I mean she got them all fucking killed and sent to heaven. Anyway, thank you for watching so much. My name is Tyrant. Please like, comment, follow, subscribe. Really appreciate it. It does help. Even if you hated this, you think I'm gay, you think I'm a faggot, right there down below, there's a comment button. You hit the comment button and say, "You're a faggot. This sucked." Do that. Really helps the show. A like with the comment would help too, but whatever you want to do. Follow me everywhere, Tyrant House Co. Follow Damian Thomas at Sir Damesky. That's my old co-host. He just moved to Wisconsin. He needs some love. He thinks he made a giant mistake. He did. And then follow Avery Cozy at Lil Avery James. So let me hang on. Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Hang on. Avery. Lil Avery James. So it's LilAveryJameso. Lil Avery James. So. And if you do follow him, please send him a message saying, "Hey nigga," but do a hard R. Hey nigga, hard R. Shorten your fucking name. It's hard to find you, and Ty can't remember it to plug you every time. I'm gonna try and put it in the description, but it's probably not gonna happen. Anyway, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. We'll be back next weekend, hopefully with Avery. Not Damien though, because he's living in the shithole of Wisconsin. Thanks. Bye.